we do not see anything that would give rise to hypothesis of any substantive work going on there.
This morning you told our colleague from AP that Iran didn't appear to be actively enriching uranium. If you could just tell us a little bit about that. And then that you had recently, or the agency had recently detected some renewed movement at the nuclear sites. What sites, what movement, what's being moved? Any more details there?
Yes, well, we have limited detail because our presence, going back to our Chinese colleague question, our presence has been limited. We are trying to build it back. And we are inspecting in Iran, not at every site that we should be doing it, but we are gradually coming back. We are not inspecting the struck or the stricken sites, Natanz, Isfahan and Fordow, to be very, very clear. We are in discussion with Iran. They are arguing that for security reasons there should be a discussion on how this is going to be done, but one cannot say that there is not, we are not having a conversation. And I think in terms of what we are seeing, we're not seeing anything relevant that would give, this is the reason of how I answered to your colleague this morning, we do not see anything that would give rise to hypothesis of any substantive work going on there.
So it's just movement at the site, not movement of
normal movement.
goods.
You know, these are big industrial sites. There are trucks, there are people moving, but nothing that would say, you know, that would allow us to think that there is work involving the material, for example, that is there, or centrifuges or things like that of a certain dimension magnitude.
Thank you.
Question over there. Yes,
Namu Abdullah with Rudao Media Network. I think the Iranian parliament recently approved a legislation to suspend cooperation with the IAEA unless certain conditions are met. I'm asking what concrete steps are you taking to regain full access in order to be able to verify? Thank you.
This is part of what I mentioned when I talked about our meetings in Cairo. They passed legislation, but as I said very respectfully to my Iranian colleagues, internal legislation creates obligations for Iranians, not for the IAEA. But my effort is to try to conduct a diplomatic effort, to try to understand their concerns. They have been attacked, so they have concerns, and we want to address these concerns because we do not think that the inspection work of the IAEA, on the contrary, we believe it's a stabilizing factor. It's a factor that would allow Iran, as I was saying, I can say that there's no nuclear weapon program because we have been inspecting. If we don't inspect, if we are not there, then of course the doubt, the concerns start to grow. So this is why we are answering in this way. We are explaining what we want to do. In fact, they know because they have been inspected for decades. We know our work very, very well. We know how we conduct it. They know how we do it.
Thank you, Director Grossi. My name
Yes.
is Ahmed Fathi of ATN News.
Hello.
Thank you. With regard to nuclear safety,
Yeah.
we have many nuclear power plants in Ukraine, which they are I consider to be the highest at risk. And then we have now with the increased demand on power and with the AI and the data centers has been construction, so there is more nuclear power plants are coming, which is all under civilian use. What are the safety standards and how do they differ between those reactors built by the US or by Russia or by China or by France? Where do we stand and what's the role of the IAEA in trying to mediate sort of an agreement or a treaty similar to the NPT but for nuclear safety for civilian use? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Very important. You know, the good thing is that the safety standards are the same for all. The IAEA, through a commission on safety standards and on standards or on transportation, on waste, on all the activities that are related to the peaceful application of nuclear technology are approved and agreed by all. So you don't have standards that are lower for one country and higher for a different country. It's the same exact type of safety standards, which is indispensable because in so doing we can have an element of comparison. And the IAEA does a lot of peer reviewing, safety inspections or visits. So on this, I can reassure you that we have a level playing field.